Well, howdy there, Internet people. It's Bo again. So, today we are going to talk about the economy, but we're going to talk about the economy using an index that isn't often discussed, but for most people, it might be the more important one. It was developed back in the 1970s, and it was originally called something like the Economic Discomfort Index, or something along those lines. As time went on, it became known as the Misery Index. The Misery Index is basically adding the rate of inflation with the seasonally adjusted unemployment rate. It is a useful, if imprecise, metric for looking at the economy and how it impacts normal people. When a lot of people talk about the economy, they are focused on the overall economic health of the nation. Understand, a whole lot of money can be changing hands, but none of it could be reaching the people on the bottom. So those metrics aren't really good for understanding where people should be at and where the real economic conditions are for the average person. The Misery Index is one of the closest things you get to it. Okay, so let's establish a baseline. What's the highest the Misery Index has ever been? That was in June of 1980, and it was at 21.98. Okay. Since the beginning of the 2000s, it has been at 8.3. That's the average, 8.3. So definitely better than 1980. It is currently at 6.8. It has dropped to 6.8. That is the lowest it has been since the pandemic started. So we have been talking for quite some time about how those economic indicators that economists look at that really impact people that have a whole lot of money, like those are saying, hey, things are getting better. But it takes a while for the average person to feel that. The conditions are now there for the average person to start feeling it. That's what this says. Now, it is also worth noting in related economic news, Bank of America has repeatedly said that recession was on the way. Recession was on the way. And this has been a running theme. They have now shifted their outlook, and they are saying that it does appear more likely that the soft landing sticks. So I know, given the nature of this channel, most people are going to want to immediately credit Biden with this. Just remember the constant thing I say, presidents don't actually control the economy. Consumer confidence had a whole lot to do with this. I think that may have been a very integral part of it. I mean, don't get me wrong, pumping the money in helped, but pumping the money in without it being spent wouldn't have done any good. But it does appear that people should finally start actually feeling the improvements in the economy that everybody's been talking about for half a year. Anyway, it's just a thought. Y'all have a good day.